Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering MSI 2024. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied by Spawn, the head coach of Team Liquid, who are coming off of a loss to Top Esports in the first round of the bracket stage. Spawn, thank you so much. I mean, you told me before the start of the conversation you feel like pretty shit. So, but first off, in general, how are you feeling, outside of that?
I mean, Chengdu is beautiful, so it's really nice to be in China, to be honest, for this event. I think that scrims have actually been going surprisingly well, despite what you just saw on stage. So before today, I was feeling pretty good. Obviously, after that shellacking, not feeling so great anymore. Need to go back and kind of review pretty in depth of what went wrong in this series, but it just seemed like across the board we were pretty outclassed. And I think they also had a really good read on us as a team. So credit to Top Esports and their coaching staff for being able to prepare them so well for this game.
And of course, there's so many things can be looked at on this match as to exactly what or when things went south for you guys. I mean, for you, what was the biggest obstacle or issue that you found in this series for your team?
I think they got some good drafts, is what I will say, and that we probably need to add a few more weapons. But I think that we did have some good adaptations, particularly around bottom lane. But then I think that their willingness to fight and create situations where we were under pressure, despite them having additional members in side lanes and still feeling like we couldn't progress the game through fighting, is definitely pressure that the guys haven't felt before in North American League of Legends. I think they actually played the map really well. I would say another thing they did quite well is Jackie Love actually played really, really disciplined this series. So, credit to him. I think that every time he had no flash, he was pretty ungankable despite maintaining push. So, yeah, just a couple of things that went wrong.
You said a little bit about the bot lane. Of course, we saw a different draft picks, for Yan and stuff like that. Smolder against Senna. I mean, mostly up until this point, has been mostly used against Kai'Sa. Looking at, I believe, your journey so far, and then Lucian mostly against Varus. But yeah, going into it for this occasion to a different champion. I just want to know your thought process on just selecting those kinds of draft picks, uh, and how that kind of came to be during the preparation phase and up until now.
Yeah, I mean, anyone that's watched us internationally would probably know that we play a lot of Smolder. We think that we're one of the better Smolder teams. Obviously, the champion's been nerfed, but we still think there's a position for it in the meta. So we tried to abuse kind of our previous strength on it. I think it definitely is a workable draft if we play a little bit better. As for the Lucian trades, obviously, without going too much into detail, we think it's obviously strong in the patch, but there are answers. So we're just looking to find them as the tournament progresses.
I understand. And one of the things that I heard from talking to some of your players, before the start of the practice stage, about how the team is adjusting to the lane swapping meta and how that's kind of been taking a bigger presence nowadays compared to like when you guys were active and competing in the LCS. How have you guys kind of adjusted to that kind of aspect to the match, since then up until now?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have some old heads on the team, myself included, that were around when lane swaps were pretty prevalent. So this new iteration is something that we are trying to work very hard to master. I would say I think that our first like kind of 4 minutes was quite good in the swaps today, but our swap backs were not ideal, and we definitely need to review the tape of a couple of the key mistakes that went through. So yeah, I would say that I mean, personally, as a coach, I fucking hate lane swaps. I'm just going to call it what it is. But that's my job to figure it out, and I think that we can do a little bit of a better job.
Then I'm gonna hit you with the obvious follow up. Why do you hate lane swaps?
Why do I hate lane swaps? I think that first and foremost, League of Legends is a entertainment product, and I want viewers to enjoy the game. And I personally don't really enjoy watching them. And I think it devolves a game that has so much creativity into a little bit more of a chess match. But I'm sure there are people out there that do enjoy it, so I apologize to them, but I'm just not one of them.
I understand that. And yeah, you already mentioned about, issues that the team needs to fix and uh going from now, despite the loss to the next one, awaiting the loser of I believe the Fnatic and Gen G series. I might be wrong there. You may
Mm-hmm.
correct me there if I'm wrong. Uh
No, you're right.
Thank you. And what do you think is the biggest issue out of all of them that the team kind of has to address, most importantly for your next match?
Yeah, I think Laura asked me this as well on the broadcast, and I said, I think the pace of the game is something that we need to get much better at. In the LCS, we definitely dictate the pace of the game, but here against top, we were just passengers in a very wild ride, is what I would say. So yeah, I think when we play our best, we're the team that is actually dictating the pace of the game, and if we play against Gen G or Fnatic and we don't do that, I think we'll lose. So that's something that we need to do.
I want to ask your thoughts on just real quick on Flight Quest elimination, but also on top of that, just sort of the performance of LCS. Of course, I do tell you this when you're not feeling great after a series like this, but how do you kind of look at the LCS's performance overall against the other teams, in the East and everywhere else so far in this competition? Where do you kind of see that the difference the most in?
Yeah, I mean, look, both FlyQuest and us have been poor internationally for this tournament, and to the North American fans, I'm sure they would answer the same, but we're sorry. I think that we can do better as a region. I think that uh, it's tough. You come internationally, and especially MSI when it's top two teams only, and top one from the rest of the minor regions, but wildcard regions. And I've represented them in the past, and you always feel like you have a punching chance as those regions, a top seed. I would just say that we need to do better. No, that's a blunt answer. As North America, we know our fans deserve more. We know our orgs deserve more. They invest so much into it. They give us every resource that we can to be successful. So, as a coach, it's a disappointing result, but I need to find a way to get more out of my players, way to get more out of my draft. And I mean, I need all the individual players to lift as well. So that's what the message will be: is that one series doesn't make a tournament, that it's not over, but reality wise, if we play like that again, it's going to be a very ugly tournament for North America. So we need to do better.
Spoken like a true professional, and yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much, Spawn, for taking the time. Despite the result, I really appreciate you talking to me, talking about the result and everything like that. Um, Thank you so much once again, and best of luck for the next series.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.